Yeah, Speedbot FJTV. So I'm going to try and keep this one reasonably quick because obviously, if you can see for the background, I'm at the park. Sometimes called videos in. Got training in a minute. And like I do with the videos when I recorded before going to training, I don't want to get myself like too hyper and almost like I'm having some sort of like adrenaline dump where I'm bringing myself back down. Then I'm like obviously in the gym and then we go into the class and then I'm bringing myself back up. But caffeine in the system. I've got a rough idea that what I want to touch on for this video, although it may end up as one of the self-improvement vlogs, which remains to be seen, but you watching this can see whatever the title is. But my current sort of thought process for a video, bearing in mind quickly, like I always say, man, I'm self-aware. I understand some of the stuff I come out with. I've got a way that I can make it sound humorous, but there's levels to what I'm saying, and if you can read between the lines, or if you can really grasp what I'm talking about sometimes, as schizophrenic, psychotic as some of the things I come out with may sound or seem, but ultimately, like I always say, bruv, you're an immortal soul in a matrix simulation. None of this is real. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Now, it's funny because the more I go through this awakening process, and keyword there being process, because I humble myself on a daily basis. I humble myself every time I'm in the gym anyway. And it's an easy thing to do, especially when you're talking about like martial arts and, you know, things like sparring. Quick little Spar Wars story. But same way with that, like earlier in the week, I'm sparring with someone who I know is, I'm 99% sure he's at actual fights, but I know he's in a higher level class. He was in the intermediates class that I was in the other day. Sparred with him. And again, like I always say, bruv, I don't need anyone blowing smoke up my ass. I don't need anyone patting me on the back, telling me what I essentially already know. But when a person's giving you comment like, oh, you're probably the best person I sparred from that class. Whereas in my mind, I knew for a fact he was holding back a little bit. Wasn't going all out, wasn't trying to, you know, make Josh look like a dickhead. And then the same way, the way I like to spar anyway. There's levels to going for it, and obviously you need that rapport with people. But for me, sparring someone brand new that I don't know, you know, you ease into it, bro. I ain't trying to like injure someone, ain't trying to injure myself, ain't trying to make no one look stupid or just bully them and then by virtue get bullied yourself. But anyway, little things like that. Confirming, like I said, what I already know. That was a bit of a random tangent. But I digress, and we keep it stepping. But and the same way, I understand some people subscribe to the channel and whatnot. I know I'm preaching to the choir, especially like I said with the fact that we're in a simulation. But I also understand I can extend the olive branch that the same way the videos I was doing literally this time last year, I wasn't properly doing the martial arts training. I was hitting the weights, I was doing my thing, doing whatever. I understood the situation I was in at the time. I understood I could have one eye on the future as much as, you know, talk about law of attraction, manifestation, all of that, but everything in the right timing. Ultimately, the only thing that exists is the here and now. Like right here, right now, I'm sat in my car. Let me use my quick mental maths. I'm 3 minutes into this video. So it should be 5 o'clock on the dot in the afternoon, on a Thursday afternoon, the 23rd of May, 2024. Obviously, you know, time is an illusion and all of that. And obviously we're using these man-made Gregorian calendars. You know, not even going to get into like the conspiracies or whatever, but cool. As I'm saying, I understand not everyone's going to be on it with like the martial arts training, but the same way my thought process for another idea for a video where I'm saying to myself, I know I can articulate myself well. I know if I make some notes, I might do a meditation around it. I know I can come out with stuff that's going to really resonate for, like I always say, man, my fellow brothers, really my fellow brothers and sisters. But let's be honest, bruv, as a man, like I've made plenty of content, about the semen retention. Plenty of content, like I said, when I had 2 videos back to back, part 1 and a part 2 have been immortal souls as masculine men in a matrix simulation, because that's what it is, bro. And it's funny because same when I have different conversations with people and I specifically get onto that sort of topic of like not just past lives, but just understanding the idea of all the ancient cultures and all the sort of like one word to describe an entire group of warriors. If I start saying Vikings, Spartans, Cherokee, fucking Sioux, oh, back myself in a corner, ain't I don't know, Dakota, whatever, you get what I'm saying, brother. Yeah, Apache, Navajo. Obviously I'm naming Native Americans. I didn't want to just say Native American. But you get what I'm saying, bro? Like a one word, Viking, Spartan. And it's describing a whole race, culture, group of warriors. And again, not even getting onto that tangent, like I said, with, you know, the male-female dynamic. But, bro, specifically, let's keep it on a human level for now, with this idea of the men and the rites of passage the young lads would have gone through as they're hitting certain ages, and then becoming men. And the fact that, bro, I'm 27, in a lot of older cultures, I'd be fucking middle-aged, if you like, yeah? And again, I understand we've been lied to about history, the same way I'm already thinking in my mind, this can be a self-improvement vlog because I know the video I'm going to make. But let me keep it going anyway, regardless. I'll class this as I'm about a third of the way through. We'll get to about 15 minutes and then time to go gym and train. But as I'm saying, bruv, in recent times, just reminding myself when I, like I said, having different conversations with people, some of the stuff I'm going through, well, not going through, but what's going on in my current circumstances. And then when I do the self-reflection and I think about like this time last year and just this crazy trajectory of life and this journey, and same like I just said about being 27, but really I feel like I'm 77, bruv, and I felt like that for a very long time. And I know why, and we can talk about like this idea of, you know, I've done a few laps of the human race, yeah. This ain't my first rodeo. Shit, man, I used to always say it won't be my last, but fuck me, man, maybe it is. Maybe, as I said in a more recent time, in a recent video, and I managed to chop it up for a short, where I'm saying maybe this is the lifetime where when we really truly awaken to the nature of what's going on, the realm we're in, and it's like, okay, cool. When it comes to certain dates, obviously do your own research, like I said with Jason and the RKX YouTube channel. There comes a certain point where almost like you be plucked out of this, or whether you do live you know, the idea of a human life and you die in that sense. Obviously, as we know, there's no actual death, you're an immortal soul, but you get what I'm saying, the physical death of this physical avatar. And then we get to leave and we go to the next realm and whatever, cool. But as I'm saying, it could be the next video. This can, I suppose, be the intro to the next video. Because like I'm saying, bro, it's more and more on the like forefront of my mind. Like I said, I was ready in April for that first amateur Muay Thai fight. Didn't happen, is what it is, whatever. But I kept training. I slacked off a little bit with the training, but my mentality was still the same. And I know there's still stuff, you know, on this almost roller coaster and events to play out. But it's just shown more to me, more and more. And every time I do the breath work, every time again, not even a shameless plug, just check out the video if you want, where I'm talking about this one yoga pose where you're literally just squatting down. All you're doing is managing to fill your lungs, and then that change from being crouched down to standing up, that little change in fucking elevation while holding your lungs full of oxygen. And you're doing that a couple of times, and then you're exhaling and whatnot, alongside again with the testicle breathing, something I've touched on in the past, alongside the meditation. And you really do awaken that warrior DNA, where it's like, bro, I come out of the most crazy, lucid meditation sometimes, and maybe it's a me thing, maybe it is Josh, but just the most forefront conscious thought is like, bro, how could I ever, no matter what, bro, how could I ever let any nonsense, negativity, any that fucking bullshit ever get to me, ever get through this impenetrable aura around me, let alone this impenetrable armor. And when I'm talking about my physical body, and I understand, bro, some, like I said, I'm self-aware, but I understand some people might hear that this geezer thinks he's bulletproof. And my thing is, it's not even about being bulletproof. To quote Morpheus in The Matrix, when Neo says, what are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets? He goes, no, Neo, I'm trying to tell you that when the time is right, when you're ready, you won't have to. I understand I butchered that a little bit, but you get what I'm saying, bro. And it's the same thought process. Some, like I said, I don't touch on certain situations, but just when it's shown to me, even in things where the way my mind works and the way certain things have happened, and just little situations where, yeah, I don't want to say too much, man, because I understand how it comes across, but just bare minimum, like I said, bro, when you just a little bit of eye contact and suddenly we can see who's really about it, and not even on no other level of like Oh, we're going to get into it, aren't we? We're going to get into it, fuck it. As it's 10 minutes on the dot. I'll give it another 5 minutes. I'll lock off the video and then we'll go from there. Maybe this can be Awaken the Warrior Within part 1 or intro, yeah. As always, man, like I said, if you can sit through my videos, power to you, bruv, because I understand. I'll watch them back when I'm chopping up for the shorts, getting that little bit of bite-sized content, playing the game of the algorithm. I know how this shit works, bruv, yeah. But with these long-form videos, like I said, if you can really sit through it, because as always, it doesn't come from Josh. I'm not even saying it's coming from some sort of divine, ultimate, whatever, but that is what flows through all of us, yeah. But I'll keep it going. As I'm saying, man, anytime I really go with the meditations, but like I said, in recent times with the breath work, and I'll say it like this, bruv, sometimes it is almost like you're passing out, but you're not passing out because we're not restricting the oxygen flow. We're changing the dynamic and utilising the lungs. I was going to say the infrastructure. That feels like the wrong sort of term. But you get what I'm saying? To tap in to that psychedelic feeling. Where, like I said, and I said it to one of the fellow brothers a couple of days ago. I think I was parked literally there when I'm voice noting it. And I'm saying, brother, it's like I do like I said, that yoga pose, but even when I do the testicle breathing as well with the meditation, and it's like, okay, cool, caffeine in the system from the daytime maybe, or maybe not, but whether I'm fasted or not as well, but it's almost like no food, no water, no drugs, no psychedelics, no nothing of any kind, just this physical avatar that really doesn't even exist if you want to get deep with it, but I'll keep it going. Just this physical avatar and just using the lungs within and this way of doing my breathing and way of focusing. And then if I do start to get that feeling, like I said, if I'm sat on the edge of the bed, and sometimes I do lie back and it is almost like I'm seeing through my third eye, and it's like I'm underwater. Maybe I start seeing fractals, maybe you're seeing different things, maybe I'm thinking of a situation and then I get a different perspective on it. But every time I come out of it and I sort of feel lucid again in my body, and I just full inhalation and feel the power. You understand? And I get it. I understand that comes with the simmer retention. I understand really that comes with me telling myself this. So I'm programming my mind to believe this. The same like I said, bro, 5'10". I ain't the biggest motherfucker, yeah. But I put a pair of fucking Air Maxes on, bro, and I know I'm not a little man, yeah. But the same way, bro, you could be 5'4", 5'5" as a man watching this. Now, first and foremost, me being me, I get it, I'm 27, but my thing is, bro, don't believe whatever they've been put on. Don't believe what's been put onto you, and don't believe whatever they're saying, bro. I'm in the mindset, if you really want to change something about this physical avatar, you've got the power within to do that. You've got the genetic blueprint within to do whatever the fuck. The same way, bro, I made a joke in a recent video, and it's not even a joke. I said it in a humorous way, and I know I'm getting close to that 15-minute mark. But, bro, I couldn't even grow a beard, bro. And again, we know Wagwan with, like, testosterone, and you get older as a man, and what happens is, Josh, science, and nah, bruv. I literally was just at a point where I was like, bruv, if I want to grow a beard, I'm gonna mentally force it out of myself. And then I just forgot that I even had that thought. And then what happens, it just started to grow in through the lockdown, and I was 23. So when I was 20, 21, 22, and I had other grown men this age that I am right now and older, yeah, it'll probably never happen when we got into that topic. I realise that's such a random anecdote and tangent, but you get what I'm saying. And to bring it back, as I was saying, it doesn't matter if you're 5'5" or 6'5", bruv. It's the same warrior DNA within. And no matter what this physical avatar looks like I said, bruv, scrappy white boy from the Black Country, from the West Midlands, with my Scottish Highlander ancestry running deep within my veins. But best believe, bruv, I know for a fact, not even just through this genetic lineage, but just my soul. Of course, I've experienced probably every potential lifetime, and I said this in an older video as well, and it was after doing like a session outside on the heavy bag, just letting my hands go, hitting the bag bare knuckle, sometimes the same way yesterday, not to bounce around. But when a man, I mean really he's a young lad because the kid's 17, bless him, but when a man's saying to me, oh, you don't use hand wraps, do you, when he's wrapping his hands, and it's like, I know you know I don't, because you've asked me this before. But I laughed and I was like, nah, bruv, never. And I mentioned, I was like, bruv, lockdown days, I was just pummeling the bag, bare knuckle, Then a couple of times my hands swelled up, so I bought some gloves, blah, 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 whatever. I said, so now when I got the fucking 16-ounce gloves on for hitting pads and sparring, I'm like, you know what I mean? And when and obviously man's like, oh yeah, you're mad, you are. And again, it's like, where was I going with that tangent? That was it. So when I'm talking about that previous time and I've just done whatever on the bag and I'm talking about that in another video, and then fast forward almost 12 months later, and yeah, I am back properly on the martial arts. Yeah, I am back, and I've managed to switch timelines and line things up, playing this crazy game of life. I'm over the time limit I set myself for, so I'm gonna wrap up the video. This can be the intro to the Awaken the Warrior Within. I don't want to make it too long. It doesn't have to drag out into like a long ass series, but ultimately, bruv, it really just simply comes like as, bruv, 5 minutes. You could do it right now. Let's say you're watching this in the evening, whether you've got home from school, college, work, whatever the fuck. Hey man, maybe you've done both in the same day. Get your money in, do your team regardless, my fellow brothers, yeah. Maybe you've done whatever in the day, and now it's in the evening, yeah. Literally, put your phone to one side, lock off this video. You don't need to listen to Josh any longer, yeah. I mean, apart from what I'm about to say, and then lock off the phone. Whether you put some meditation frequency on or otherwise, but just putting your phone down away from your distraction to one side. Obviously, yeah, sure, depending on where you live, there might be cars going past outside, distractions, but just closing your eyes, sitting there. Doesn't matter if you sit cross-legged on the floor or just sat on the edge of your bed. Align your spine, big full inhalation, just focus. And alongside, of course, like I said, the yoga pose and the breath work, the testicle breathing, an actual long form meditation. But like I said, this quick 5-minute exercise, just focusing your breath and understanding no matter what forces, no matter what, bro, right there and then you could have a fucking SWAT team come to the door. Are you just gonna, oh, okay, well, depending on the situation, but you know what I'm saying? Get down on your knees, hands, or brother, are you just gonna literally like fucking, like your past ancestors, take these fucking clothes on? I ain't got time to paint my face, but just the most animalistic primal noises coming out as we go kamikaze mode. Yeah, I'll leave the video there. That's the story for another day. As always, man, stay upstanding your purpose. I understand some people, I'll have lost them, but the same way I've got, I think it went up today, but 59 subscribers, bro. Soon to be 100, soon to be 1,000. Doesn't even matter, bro. Yeah, obviously when we hit 1,000, I think YouTube will start, you know. But like I'm saying, man, when you really tap into this energy, bro, you just see how power, bro. I'll go anywhere, and I'm self-aware enough. I know I'm dragging it on a little bit, but I'm self-aware enough that I don't need to start 10 toesing round some next dodgy estates and try to be like, yeah, come on, because I don't go looking for it. But best believe, bro, when I'm out and about and I'm doing my thing and I'm cool, calm, collected and composed, and I focus and I can center myself at any point with my breath, anytime I can, my sixth sense starts tingling, anytime I start to clock certain things, or anytime it's just, you know, you're just walking towards some people. And it's happened the other week, a group of kids, and I can smell the weed from a mile away, and I see one of them clock me and put his balaclava on up to his face like that. So as soon as I see that, I think, okay, let's see what happens. So I maintained my focus on the one and my periphery, looking at the others, sizing people up. Suddenly they get a little bit closer, and obviously the height disparity is a bit, oh no, he's not a little man. Suddenly the balaclava comes down, suddenly it's looking at the shoelaces, but it's all good, and I get it, bro. So I'll leave the video there. Like always, man, stay upstanding your purpose. Let's fucking go. Time to go train and use this energy. Let's go.